Jared. Thank you for watching this video. Today is another special day for me because this is the first time I'm recording using an iPhone 12 with the 4K resolution and 60 frames per second. Why am I doing so? Because I'm using all my phone right now to put on the table, which is the Samsung A71, this is the Oppo Reno 4, and this is the V20 Pro. Today the video recording is basically to show you the different functionality or the differences between these three OS, which is Samsung One UI, Oppo ColorOS, and Vivo Funtouch. Okay, without any further ado, let's go into these three comparisons. Overall, I just want to let you know that I already installed all my apps in this phone, so you don't mind me to be a bit clouded space here. Okay, first and foremost, a very obvious difference is that the home screen, okay, whereby here this Vivo Funtouch, it does not have a unified home screen. To me, it looks like means that you put all the apps into the home screen. It has to have an app drawer. Then, if you want to put the app in the screen again, you can put like two shortcuts in the home screen, which is something it drives me crazy. But Samsung One UI able to customize the home screen. For example, you can choose the home screen layout to home and app screen or just home screen. And same goes to the the Oppo ColorOS. You can actually customize the home screen mode to standard or drawer mode or simple mode. Okay. Now these is the upfront differences you can see when you switch on the phone and then you look at it. Alright. Now I will go through one by one with you some differences I found. Of course, there are like more even in-depth detail, but I won't go through that. So first and foremost is we are talking about the cloud system. Cloud system means that you can you can have the Samsung clouds like this. Okay, you can cloud. Where is the cloud? Oh yeah, it's here. There is a Vivo cloud here. So there's a Vivo cloud here. So basically it is meant for backing up the phone only. Alright, so it's not like the Xiaomi or the iOS iCloud that you can log into your web browsers and then you can check out contact, SMS, create notes, calendar. No, it can't do that. It's just meant for backup only. That's one thing. Now the second thing is the camera apps. Okay, let's go to the camera. Samsung also has a very basic function whereby it is popularized by the single tick. Once you press single tick, you can take like multiple scenario, a photo, a video, a short video, and a different color color filter. So there was a single tick, and there's not much any special functions on it anymore. However, for different hardware spec, the video quality might be different, and you can have a dual video screen that front and back camera shooting together. But for basic phone, it doesn't have. Whereby for Oppo ColorOS, it's the same thing, right? I won't talk about the night mode and all these kind of things. It's most likely every phone also got the night mode nowadays, but it's more like it has much more AI features here. For example, it has the color filter, turn on the dazing, the dazing color mode on, different color filter, and then especially into the video. Okay, you also can turn on the AI portrait mode to create a bokeh. Okay, and the color when you're shooting video, you can turn on the filter into filtering green for sky blue, or filter the color portrait on the human. It means that the human has color and the background is black and white. Okay, so that is the camera app for these Samsung phones and Oppo phones. Whereby the amazing part of the the Vivo phone is that even though the camera is still shooting with all the normal function like the night mode, portrait mode, photo mode, and video mode, okay, it But in Vivo V20 Pro, as I mentioned, some phone does have it, some phone don't have it. So they have a dual video modes. Okay, you can have a front and back picture, front and back wide angle lens, dual mode, dual back rear modes, etc. So it has slightly more function here. Okay, on the Vivo V20 Pro. However, the things I want to mention to you is that is the post editing. For example, for the post editing, I will also show it here in the photo album. Okay, for those phones in Samsung and the the Oppo Reno 4, the post editing function is very basic. For example, it's just like changing the color filter, cropping, okay, and writing some text. Okay, however, for the as you can see, it says this is Oppo Reno 4. This basic function is well, because they assume that the the normal user won't heavily edit the photo in the phone, and if you want to, then they will use another app. Now, but for Oppo, for Vivo Funtouch, it built in very much more creativity functionality in the apps. For example, the things that I like the most is that people talk about is that the separation between the human and the background. For example, once you identify a human, okay, you can go to change background, you can change your human background, put my face and body into the sky, or I can change into a deep blue color, okay, or I can put myself into the galaxy sky mode and all these things. Yeah, so that is one thing really interesting about the Vivo Funtouch on the camera functionality, and of course the delete bypasser, all these things. So I don't have time to test it out all the functionality in the photo shooting and post editing, because we don't have much chance to shoot things nowadays. Let's move on to the next differences, which is I talk about cloud system, camera app, and calendar app. Okay, as you can see, Samsung has its own calendar app here. Okay, it doesn't use Google Calendar, whereby the Oppo ColorOS and Vivo Funtouch OS is use Google Calendar. It doesn't have its own calendar app, which means that if you are not using Google account for your detail sync, the activity sync, then you need to log into the Google account and make sure you turn on the additional functionality to sync with other account. That is the something you need to take note of. Okay, that is calendar app. That is a caller app. Okay, caller app, basically the Samsung phone has own caller, own dialer. Okay, whereby the the Oppo and the Vivo does not have. They use the Google dialer. That's what it means by their dialer. So some people would like to use the difference, like the iPhone. Xiaomi now in the global version don't have the own dialer anymore, because it's compulsory to use the Google dialer. Okay, now that's the dialer part, and then web browser. Okay, now Samsung does have its own web browser, but I uninstalled it. I use Google Chrome, and I choose to install it because that's the Google Chrome. And the same goes to Oppo and Vivo. They use Google Chrome as a default browser. But for Vivo Funtouch, it has come with the own in-house browser as well, something like the Huawei EMUI. So it has another in-house browser for you to use, and unfortunately you cannot uninstall it. Alright, now next one is talking about email. Okay, if you're a person who uses emails most of the time, okay, so the Samsung came with its own in-house email app that you can sync all your Gmail, Hotmail, whatever mail you want to sync into this own in-house. But for the Oppo and Vivo, they don't have their own in-house mail app, so they use the Gmail as their default. So if you have other account, then you need to make sure, once again, like the Google Calendar, you need to make sure you log into the account and make sure you turn on the sync. And for example, in Hotmail, it doesn't sync automatically. It is like a manual push or like a schedule push, so you will not get the email instantly. Okay, that's the drawback. Okay, now come to the photo album part, which I showed you. I just showed you in the early part of the video, whereby Samsung has its own photo gallery here that you can create your own. Means that the own photo gallery to display the photo you collected. Whereby for Oppo, it also come with their own photo gallery. Okay, so you can put all your photos into one place here. And for Vivo also come with their own photo gallery. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I remember the Realme and there's one OS, I forget which one, that they don't have their own photo gallery. They use Google Photo. So when you use Google Photo, the drawback is that you can't search for your everything is automatically synced up to the cloud. You know, like everything is single thing. So some people would like it, it's a backup option. But for me, it's like I don't really want to sync everything and everything. I only want to sync photo. Like for example, screenshot, I don't need to sync because screenshot I back up to my other drive. Okay, so it depends on you. So that is the own photo album. And folder. Okay, talk about folder. Oh, it's not here. Folder is here. Okay, fortunately, Samsung has its own folder. It has its own My File, and then it had come with a network storage connectivity. So it has much more functionality compared to the other Oppo and Vivo. Even though they come with their own file manager, but it doesn't have much more function, just basic file viewing only. And unfortunately for Vivo, it doesn't come with own folder capability. It uses Google Files, so it's like, you know, it's kind of like a similar with Google Photo, whereby if you are not careful, then every file and single file will sync. Will not sync, but it's, well, I just don't like the Google File app interface and all these things. Okay, so there is different preference for different people. And once again, I'm just showing you the comparison. Okay, now last but not least is to show the the last two is to show the battery function. One thing is that I like about the Samsung UI is that it has a battery functions that able to turn off the smart charging. Like this is the battery function. Okay, it can turn off and turn on your fast charging. This is to preserve your battery, because for some people who don't mind to slow charge, then we just take a slow charge. But for some people who like to fast charge and turn on fast charge, for me, I prefer slow charge to preserve the battery lifespan. Okay, now for the Oppo and the Vivo, it has a different battery setting, but for Oppo, it has extra setting whereby you can turn on the high performance mode. Okay, and of course all the battery have the sleep and power saving mode. And for the Vivo Funtouch, it has just really basic, like showing you the battery percentage, and usage only. So not much function there to show about. Okay, last but not least is to show you the notification. Now this is the one of the most complained function on Samsung UI. For example, okay, when you receive a notifications, okay, so for Samsung UI, it just light up the screen only and show you the icon like it right now. For other two OS, it has the capacity to show you the notification details. Okay, I'm just doing a demo to you. Okay, now see, it can show you. Okay, now bear with me on the Samsung first. Like for example, in the Vivo, it show you like I have just received an email and the details is such. For this Oppo Reno, it's just a little bit slow, I don't know why. Okay, so don't bother it. Okay, now for this Samsung UI, the difference is that you can show the notification. Why? Because I have installed something called Glimpse notification. Okay, if I did not use Glimpse notification, it will just merely show me like, you know, like an icon, like, oh sorry, it's just like an icon in the always on display, so no details, and so I don't know what notification come in. I need to like unlock it, you know, then log into my email, then only I will know what is the email for me. So that is the drawback about the Samsung One UI notification setting. You can search about it in the Reddit and all these forums, and they do complain about it, and the only solution is to use the Glimpse notification to do so. You have a, you know, when you receive a WhatsApp, all this email and all these things, then it will just light up and then it will display the detail of the notification for you. Okay, so that's overall the differences of the how we call it, the 3 OS here that I'm showing you. Of course, there are more differences that you can see, and during your daily usage, during your how we call it, the extensive love to the OS. To me, I'm not too sure which one I should stick to right now, because 3 OS also give me 3 different user experience. Last but not least, once again, my name is Jared. If you like the video that I'm doing here, please remember to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. I look forward to see you in my next video to show you more user experience on my phone's testing and usage. Okay, see you. Bye.